Hey, everybody, it's Elgin Walker here, and I want to give you like a real quick video on a couple of quick tips. We're going to talk about 5 tips right now to expect and or that you need to do or be aware of if you are looking to buy a house right now in 2021. I have to tell you that in the 34 years that I've been doing this is the craziest real estate market I've seen. It's with the pandemic and everything else, there are just certain things you would think would happen have not happened, and it's been really crazy for the people looking to buy right now because interest rates are so low. Everyone wants to take advantage of that, understandably, but there just is not a lot of inventory. There's just not a lot of homes for sale. So buyers are all fighting over the same properties. So here's a couple of things, and none of this is going to guarantee that you'll get the exact house that you want to get the first time. But there's a couple of things here that I've taken a couple of notes. So if you see me look down once or twice, that's why. So the first one is, which should be in any market, is getting a pre-approval. You want to get your pre-approval first in any market. But this market, where we're at right now, you need a full pre approval in most cases just to see the house in person. With COVID, most people are trying to have as least amount of people in their homes as possible. So a lot of stuff is being done online. So just to get into a piece of property, there's a couple of things you're going to need to do. One is you want to have your pre-approval. Two is have proof of funds to your real estate agent. And each property, before you're able to see them within a 24-hour period, we have what we call a PEAD form, PEAD, which pretty much stands for a COVID-19 disclosure form that everybody entering the home needs to sign. Certain guidelines in coming in. As we speak right now, you still need to be masked up. It is preferred that you have gloves on or at least not touch anything in the home, if at all possible. Lights, faucets, all that sort of stuff. So those are a necessity. If you don't have a pre-approval, if you won't sign the COVID-19 form, proof of funds, sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you cannot. But you need to be prepared for that. That's just to see the home. Okay, just to see it. Next thing, number 2, believe it or not, you need to have a lot of patience. You need to have a lot of patience. There are going to be homes that are going to come on the market that you're going to want to see. You're going to want to see them right away. For a lot of different reasons, you may not be able to. There are going to be other properties that are going to come on the market, and maybe due to your work schedule, your kids, whatever else you have going on, you may not be able to see it for 2 or 3 days with your schedule. There's a strong possibility that if you can't see it for 2 or 3 days, it may be gone. We are seeing homes right now where have small window periods of when the homes can be shown and for how long the seller is willing to leave them on the market prior to looking at and or accepting an offer. And as crazy and unfair as that may sound to a buyer, you have to also understand from the seller standpoint. There are plenty of times right now that the seller may be receiving as crazy as 20, 30 offers on a property. They can only sell one house, and it becomes overwhelming. So you're trying to cut that down. So anyway, that's just one of the reasons. Not always, but just something for you to be aware of. Also, look at this. Is whatever the property is priced at right now, the list price, unfortunately, in a lot of cases, the list price is really the starting offering price. The majority of these properties right now are selling above their list price. They just are. So if you're qualified for $500,000 and the list price of a property is $500,000, unfortunately, you may have a difficult time getting that property in this market. Particularly if the property's been on the market like a day or two. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's unfortunately, but that you might as well be prepared for that so we could strategize on how you can get that home or a home. One of the strategies might be if you qualify to 500, you may be to look at stuff that's no more than 450, that's more than 475 to give you some room to maneuver if you have to. So that's one thing. The other thing, last tip here, or not last tip, but one more thing to discuss is multiple bids. More than likely, more than likely, there are going to be more than just one offer on the property. You are going to be in competition. Realistically, you're going to be in competition. The only homes that you're probably not going to have competition for, if there's a home that's been on the market for a longer period of time, then that may open up to some negotiations. And one of the first questions in today's market that you want to ask if a house has been on the market for a while, why? What's wrong with it? Or has it been in escrow and fell out and different circumstances? You just kind of want to know the circumstances if it's been on the market for a while today. That's just how fast things are selling. And in a multiple bid situation, last tip is that your offer may need to be a little bit creative. You may need to be a little bit creative, and that could be different things. Like, we have contingency periods. You may need to cut those contingency periods down. You may need to remove some. You may need to, there's certain seller costs that they normally pay. You may look at wanting to pay some of those costs. There's just different things that from a creative standpoint, maybe the seller needs to stay in the home for a longer period of time, and maybe you can offer them 2 or 3 weeks that they're able to stay in the house with no rent. I mean, we need to stand out. Lots of different strategies, but we need to stand out in this market for you to achieve your goal. So hopefully these are a few tips that at least help you, if nothing else, but get the juices flowing, knowing where you should be at right now, so that you can even be in competition at getting the home that you want. Lots of other things that we can do. If you want to converse, reach out, strategize, don't hesitate to call me, Elgin Walker, eXp Realty, part of the Elgin and Pilar Walker team, 661-347-6248. And remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition. Things change. And it truly is. It's a great life. God bless now.